I want to quickly talk to you about Mercury Bank alternatives, and I want to share with you 10 top alternatives you can really think about this year if for any reason you don't like Mercury Bank anymore, right? One thing for sure, Mercury Bank is not your traditional bank. It is a neobank. This is an online bank, okay? But they actually take care of small businesses. They take care of solopreneurs. They take care of entrepreneurs. It really depends on what kind of goal you have in mind, okay? So the first top Mercury alternative for small business is actually North One. And what I love about North One is that basically they allow you to streamline your cash operations, especially if you are a cash dependent business like restaurants and restaurant or laundromat, okay? And the company actually, this is a fintech company also, okay? They don't charge monthly fees. Can you imagine that? They're not charging you any monthly fees, okay? And there is no minimum balance. So that's really good because it gives you some kind of flexibility when it comes to cash management, okay? And North One does a great job also in terms of giving you access to business funding. So they give you access to up to $250,000. So that's $250,000 in business loans. So this is business term loans and sometimes business lines of credit. Or again, North One is trying to help you in terms of cash management, okay? And so if you think about North One, think about a platform that allows you to really streamline your operations. I've said this before. And also the platform integrates pretty well with third-party apps such as QuickBooks and Xero and others. So that's really good. The second Mercury Bank alternative I want you to think about is Chase. Now, Chase is not a fintech. Chase is a traditional bank. I mean, Chase is the largest bank in this country, if not in the whole world, okay? And so Chase Business Banking is a pretty good alternative. If you like traditional banking, if for any reason you say, listen, I mean, I love everything that you're saying in terms of fintech, neotech, and all that kind of stuff, but I want a traditional bank. So Chase is actually the best, okay? So the cool thing about Chase is that you have thousands of ATM branches. You have the possibility to speak to someone live. You have the possibility to actually deposit your check. You have the possibility to get loans, to get business loans, business lines of credit. So flexibility is really key, okay? And but the only thing is that Chase limits free cash deposits and in-person transactions, and they also charge monthly fees on some of their accounts. But if your business model is pretty scalable, Chase is a really, really good candidate to think about. I want you to think about another Mercury Bank alternative, and that's Novo. And nobody hears about Novo that much, but basically Novo is a big player. And what I love about Novo is that basically the company specializes in serving solopreneurs and online businesses, okay? So if you are an e-commerce player, if for any reason you want flexibility in terms of your business banking, Novo can really help you. Of course, Novo is a fintech also, so there is not a brick and mortar branch, but that's a big but. The thing is that they offer free worldwide ATM access, no monthly minimum balance, no monthly or hidden fees, and multiple software integrations. So they have actually some partnerships with banks, some credit unions to make sure they are waiving the fees. So the fees are waived. So you just banking with Novo as if you were banking with a traditional financial institution. Okay. Another Mercury Bank alternative I want you to think about this year is Bank of America. So Bank of America is kind of similar to Chase in terms of geographic footprint, right? This is a large bank. So Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, and Citi are the top four banks in this country, okay? And so Bank of America, what I love about Bank of America is that you are able to get, they have a reward program. So the reward program allows you to earn maximum, like up to 1.62 like times what you would earn if you had a regular checking account, okay? And the bank also offers up to $300 as a sign-on bonus when you are approved for their business MasterCard, okay? But the cool thing about Bank of America overall is that you have a large network of branches. You have a large network of ATMs. You have unlimited no fee electronic transactions, but you also have a wide variety of mobile banking features. So if you're interested in mobile banking from a big traditional bank, Bank of America is a good candidate. But just remember that they do have monthly fees. So if for any reason you don't like to pay monthly fees to a bank or a credit union, Bank of America is not going to be helpful to you. If you're looking for a Mercury Bank alternative, let me talk to you about Bluevine. Now, Bluevine, a couple of years ago, Bluevine specialized in business lines of credit. They started in business lines of credit, and they were doing a little bit of business loans. So it was more like business funding, right? And then they pivoted. Into business banking because they saw an opportunity to actually serve their clients, right? So today, the cool thing about Bluevine is that not only do they offer business banking features, but they also are giving you up to 2% APY on your deposits. So again, here you have a fintech, right? So Bluevine doesn't have traditional brick and mortar branches, but when you deposit your cash with them, I mean, they actually have, sorry about that. They have a partnership with with a series of banks like FDIC insured banks. So the cool thing is that they're offering business banking services, okay, and they're taking care of you and making sure your cash is guaranteed, your cash is secured, right? But the cool thing is that basically you are able to access your money through ATMs because Bluevine has a partnership with the Blue Dots network, okay. So you can actually have fee-free transactions at ATMs or other places, okay? But just be aware of the fact that Bluevine, on the flip side, does charge you some fees for domestic wires. For they don't have international wire capabilities, and in terms of integration with e-commerce platforms, Bluevine's a little limited. So if you are let's say an online store or you are thinking about pivoting into that space, Bluevine may not be the right store, the right bank for you. Another bank I want to share with you is Row. So if you're looking for a Mercury Bank alternative, Row can really help you out big time. What I love about Row is that Row is not just about banking. So if you're thinking about Row, I want you to really expand your view because Row is actually an all-in-one business banking platform that also integrates expense management, that integrates operational management, that integrates also cash. I mean, let's say liquidity management. Okay, so the goal of Row is to streamline financial operations for a growing company. If you're a solopreneur, if you're a small business, if you're thinking about, let's say, you know what, what's my next move? You know, maybe I'm making 100K a month. I want to scale to 1 million. I want to scale to 10 mil. I want to scale to 100 mil. So that's when Row actually comes into the picture because the company has no monthly fees, wire fees, or ACH fees. Okay. So you are able to have access to fee-free operating accounts backed by 24/7 customer support. Okay. So you're able to, for instance, you can manage your cash, send money, automate payables, and control expenses. So you have the whole 9 yards. Think about it. If you're looking for a top Mercury Bank alternative, I want you to think about Relay this morning. And Relay this morning or this evening, whenever you are listening to us. The thing is that Relay is actually great, but Relay is not for your company if you have more than 100 employees, okay? So Relay is great if you have less than 100 employees. That's 2 to 99 employees, okay? Because the company actually offers a comprehensive suite of features, but they have a limit on the number of free checking accounts they allow you to have. For instance, they provide 20 free checking accounts. Okay, so you're looking at 20. So if you have anything above that, you have to really pay for it. So this platform integrates with popular accounting software such as QuickBooks, Xero, Wave, and so on and so forth. And they offer accounts payable automation through the Pro version. So Relay has a Pro version, there's a free version, and the Pro version is actually logically more advanced, if you will, okay? Well, what I love about the Ro is that it's pretty innovative. It's pretty scalable. Okay, the company does support various payment platforms, and so if you are interested in having flexibility in terms of payment platform, not Ro, Relay can be a great candidate a great candidate for you. Okay, but they do charge some fees though. I mean, there are some fees you need to be aware of. Okay, and also they don't have funding. So if you are looking for venture funding capabilities, such as what you have with Blue Vine or with Bank of America or with I would say Chase, for instance, you're not having that with Relay. Okay, so those are the top 7 Mercury Bank alternatives for small businesses. Let me talk to you about the best Mercury alternatives for startups. Okay, if you just have launched a startup, you're probably looking for slightly different features, especially if you are in a niche that's a little different, right? So the first Mercury Bank alternative for a startup I want to share with you is Brex. I mean, Brex has been around for a while, by the way, but Brex is actually known for their EIN funding business credit card. So if you're looking for a business credit card or let's say other features besides banking, Brex could be a good candidate to consider. Okay. And it's actually an all-in-one spend management platform that caters to a high revenue startups. When I say high revenue, I'm talking about revenue that's consistent, revenue that's predictable, revenue that actually is coming into a company that's backed by venture capital. Okay, so Brex actually offers a cashback on cash card purchases, free wire transactions, and expense management tools. Okay, so that's something to really think about. If you're looking for a Mercury Bank alternative, I want you to really think, and you're a startup, think about Silicon Valley Bank. Now, Silicon Valley actually was in the news in 2023 when the bank collapsed, but the institution was bought over by First Citizens Bank. Okay, so you have to understand that First Citizens Bank is a more reputable bank. They've been around for ages. So they helped restore Silicon Valley Bank's reputation, if you will. Okay. So with this Silicon Valley Bank, what you have is you have a free checking account. So if you are if you're looking for something in that space, you'll be really happy. Okay. And also you have online account management. So you're able to see your finances from anywhere, in the world, and you can integrate with software like QuickBooks, Zero, Wave, and all that kind of stuff. Okay. And so remote check deposit functionality streamlines the process of handling checks, saving time and eliminating the need for a frequent bank visit. So if you are really thinking about running your business, let's say remotely or online, and you would like to have some kind of flexibility, Silicon Valley Bank can really help you big time on in that department. Okay. The final Mercury Bank alternative I want you to consider this year is Wise. Now, Wise for a long time has been known for, I would say, international money transfers, right? But they have pivoted. I mean, they haven't pivoted. They have just expanded into other sectors, and one of those sectors is business banking. So if you're a startup or even an established small business and you're interested in a Mercury Bank alternative, Wise could be a good candidate for you to think about, right? And in terms of cash management, in terms of deposit management, in terms of customer service, in terms of credibility, because this is a credible institution. So overall, Wise, if you go to Wise, I want you to target Wise Business. So this is a platform that offers a suite of financial services tailored for growing businesses. Okay, particularly startups with international aspirations. So let's say if you are a SaaS provider, a software provider, let's say a startup in the tech, not tech space necessarily, but in the fintech space or whatever, whatever. You just want to understand that Wise is actually good if you have an international orientation. Okay. The platform, for instance, provides a multi-currency account supporting over 40 currencies, allowing you to make payments and transfers globally. So that's kind of cool in terms of flexibility, if you think about it, right? So you have the chance to actually change things the way you want to we want to do things actually. Now, unlike traditional banks, Wise uses mid-market exchange rates without hidden fees, right? So you are able to actually get things done faster. And also, Wise integrates pretty well with QuickBooks and Xero. So this is really cool. So you have to understand so I just gave you the top 10 best Mercury Bank alternatives. You have to understand whether you're a small business or you are a large enterprise. The right bank can make all the difference, especially if you have, if you are in a particular space, right? Let's say you're targeting an international audience, or you are in a space where you need a lot of integrations, or you are in a space where you are just dealing with a lot of cash, right? So you have to really ask yourself, which bank, I mean, first of all, what needs do I have? What needs does my business have in terms of my business model, in terms of the kind of transaction flows I have to deal with, I have to handle, right? Because you just don't choose a business bank based on the reputation. I mean, you can have a bank that's actually really reputable, really, really great. The bank has a lot of aura in the industry, but if their services doesn't fit if their service doesn't fit what you want or what your business needs, you're just wasting your time and money by going to them, right? So, like, let's say, for instance, you heard about Chase. Oh yeah, Chase is pretty reputable. Blah 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 blah. Chase is pretty good. I mean, Chase is a solid bank. But what if Chase doesn't have the services that your business needs right now? So there always has to be a match. There has to be a suitability between what the bank is offering and what you are looking for. And but the thing is, I get it. A lot of small businesses are, I mean, especially the startups, they're kind of scared about the fintechs. The fintech might collapse, blah 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 blah. But see, the thing is, those fintechs, they actually are venture backed, and usually before offering a banking service, those fintech has to associate themselves. They have to have a joint venture with a traditional FDIC insured bank. So what I'm trying to say is that your money is safe. Your money is safe up to $250,000. Okay, so you can really go ahead and reliably actually partner with a fintech. Put your money there. Put your business's money there, and nothing is going to happen to it. I mean, on the flip side, you can even on the contrary, you can even be you can be rewarded for your cash, because some institutions such as Blue Vine actually pay you a certain APY, annual percentage yield, to actually keep your money with them. Okay, so this is a good proposition. Okay, so you got to really ask yourself what you're looking for before making a decision, because you want to weigh your options. You want to see what the bank is offering, and you want to see exactly what kind of delivery they have in terms of their business model. So before I close to this conversation about the best Mercury Bank alternatives, I want to really quickly go back to Mercury Bank itself. Okay, I mean, for some reason there's got to be a reason why. For some reason there has to be an option in terms of business banking, and there has to be a reason why you say, "Listen, I'm not really interested in Mercury Bank. Let me try something else." Okay, now Mercury Bank actually is a fintech company that actually was founded in 2019. They started like a couple of months before COVID hit. Okay, so 2019, so a relatively recent fintech. Okay, and their target is pretty simple: startups and small businesses. If you're a solopreneur and you're set up as a business, they'll take care of you too, not a problem. If you're a freelancer, no problem. Okay, and Mercury actually has distinguished itself in this pretty crowded fintech space by offering, for instance, digital-first business banking services. Okay, so don't actually count on having access to a traditional ATM network or a traditional branch network like brick and mortar network by going to a Mercury Bank. I mean, that's the whole definition. That's the real definition of a fintech anyway. Okay, everything is actually done through a platform. And Mercury actually provides business checking and savings account with features that actually go beyond basic banking. What I love about Mercury Bank is that they give you flexibility in terms of your liquidity management, in terms of your cash forecasting. Okay, for instance, with Mercury Bank, you have FDIC insurance up to $5 million through partner banks and SWIFT networks. So instead of the traditional $250,000 FDIC insurance, you have up to $5 million insurance. And they do so through partnerships with not just one bank, not just with two banks, but through a variety of banks. And so when they do the sweeps also, they're able to make sure they give peace of mind to their customers. With Mercury Bank, you also have zero hidden fees, no monthly fees also, and you also have free domestic and international USD wire transfers, okay? And they also include automated payments, seamless integrations with popular accounting software like QuickBooks and Xero, which is really good, as well as customizable corporate cards with cashback rewards, right? So you are able to get a regular debit card or credit card. And also, Mercury has a unique feature called Mercury Raise, which actually connects startups with potential investors and industry experts. So if you're looking for that kind of access, that kind of flexibility, Mercury Bank could be a great candidate for you. So in conclusion to this conversation, I spoke to you about the top 10 best Mercury Bank alternatives. I gave you the ones that you have, the alternatives you have for small business. So North One, Chase, Novo, Bank of America, Blue Vine, Row, Relay, and the best alternatives for startups, right? Brex, Silicon Valley Bank, SVB, and Wise. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.